In today's video, we're going to talk about other battery and assault enhancement crimes. So in the previous video to this, we talked about enhancements for assault and battery for police officers, firefighters, public transit workers. And in this one, we're going to talk about enhancements for people that are over 65 years old. My name's Adam Rossen. I'm the founder and owner of the Rossen law firm. We have over 400 5-star reviews. We help good people when bad things happen to them. We handle all types of criminal and DUI defense cases. In Florida, we have a statute that says any assault or battery on somebody over 65 really falls into the elder abuse category, and there's certain sentencing enhancements for all of those cases. So let's jump right into the sentencing enhancements for assault and battery cases on a person who's over 65 years old. And the very first thing you need to realize is for any of these enhancements, there is no withhold of adjudication. So in Florida, we have something that's called a withhold of adjudication, which means you can plea to a case, especially a felony, and you cannot be made a convicted felon, and you can in most instances still seal your record. But for these crimes, you don't have that. That's not an option. Even on a first offense, if you plead to battery over 65, you're going, if you plead to that, you're going to become a convicted felon. So very important to note. And let's go into the different crimes and the increased classifications. So if it's a misdemeanor assault, it's going to go from a misdemeanor of the second degree to a misdemeanor of the first degree. If it's a misdemeanor battery, it's going to go from a first degree misdemeanor to a third degree felony. So that's a big jump, right? We're talking, a push. You push somebody who's over 65 years old, you punch them, you slap them, you elbow them, anything, right? Doesn't have to cause injury, damage, blood, doesn't have to have a deadly weapon. But if you do any of those things, now you're going to be charged in felony court with a max punishment of 5 years and being at risk for becoming a convicted felon. So very serious charge. Aggravated assault jumps from a third degree felony to a second degree felony. So the max punishment on that goes from 5 to 15 years. And aggravated battery goes from a second degree felony to a first degree felony. So the max punishment jumps from 15 years to 30. But this is something that you need to know. There's mandatory minimums for 3 years. So a 3-year mandatory minimum for aggravated assault and aggravated battery over 65, when the victim's over 65. There's a max fine of $10,000, and the maximum community service is $500 plus restitution if there's any. So that's a game changer. That makes it, exponentially more serious when you have a mandatory minimum. And like we've talked about mandatory minimums in other videos, but for the people that are listening to this one, mandatory minimum means you serve day for day. So a 3-year mandatory minimum, if you get sentenced to that, it means you serve 3 years. There's no gain time of 85%, there's no early release, there's no halfway house, there's none of that when you're talking about mandatory minimum prison sentence. So it's a complete game changer. Now, there's lots of ways to get around mandatory minimums, but it makes the case harder. So when you have a case as serious as that, you need to have the best lawyer, the best law firm, the best legal team. It's so important to you in your future. If you have any questions, feel free, give us a call at any time. We love talking to people. We love helping people. Our phone number is 754-206-6200. We offer free strategy sessions where we don't just tell you how great we are. We read the reports. We go over the reports with you. We talk about strategies. We talk about fighting the case, and we also talk about mitigation, meaning if we can't beat the case on legal or factual grounds, then we need to be able to have a whole mitigation plan to get, work out a reduced sentence with the prosecutor or with the judge. And we do that from day one. From day one, when we meet with our free strategy session, we go over all of that. It's not just kind of a quick little thing, in, out, and hire us. So if you have any questions, feel free, reach out. We love helping good people when bad things happen to them.